pull-ups. Simple enough concept, difficult to execute. And you want to learn how to do them. Well, let me share with you something that I wish somebody would have shown me whenever I started working out. Now, to be sure, it's not the only way of going about it. This is just a way that I have found to be most effective for a lot of my clients over the years. Step one, you've got to wake up your lats. So go ahead and grab a band, wrap it about chest height, and then start moving and pray for the best. I'm just kidding. That's dumb. What you want to do is you want to train those lats to stay put while your arms are moving down towards your thighs. So you have to pull those shoulders up, back, down, and then keep them there as your hands are moving towards your thighs. Now, a lot of people let their shoulders creep forward, and that's your upper back and your lats not staying engaged, and that's not going to get us any closer to having a strong, healthy pull-up that we can do for many, many moons. So you want to keep everything pinned back down towards your butt as you're doing this. So keep everything back and down, stay controlled, keep everything tight. Another really great exercise is just the banded row. Another great way is just to start moving around herky-jerky. No, again, guys, that's stupid. Don't do that. What you want to do is keep that shoulder blade back and down. We're trying to train that lat and upper back to stay put. So think about pulling the elbow back behind you as far as you can. Instead of trying to bring the hand to your chest, think about trying to get that arm as far back as you can, like if you were pulling back a bowstring. Now look, if you go hand to chest, it's going to shorten that range of motion, and it's actually going to hit more of your bicep and less of your upper back and your lats. Another thing is if you don't engage that shoulder at all, you're going to end up moving from your hips. Decent oblique workout, terrible lat and upper back activation. So don't do that. Now, if you don't have a band, you can always use a sofa or countertop and press the back of your hands into that as hard as you can at different angles to wake up those lats using this isometric. Right, now it's time to move on to pull-up shrugs. This is the next progression once you get your lats fired up, and you can do this with or without your toes on the ground. Depends on how strong your forearm strength is and how well you can do a dead hang, but all I'm doing is shrugging with my shoulders, just like if you were to do a dumbbell shrug or a barbell shrug. The idea is to not bend those elbows, and you can do it for reps, or you can hold it like an isometric like I'm doing right here. Doesn't matter, so long as you get your lats fired up, you're in the right place. Next step, train those lats to stay put during a full pull-up range of motion. So grab a band, come on down, come on down, come on down. Stop. If you don't have a band, don't worry, I'm going to show you some more progressions here in just a little bit. But the idea is to pull those shoulder blades back and down and then pull that band to your chest, teaching those lats and your upper back to stay put while you're going through a big full range of motion. Now the next progression requires a chair and your pull-up bar. So get both feet on the box so that you can let your legs help out just a little bit. Start off with your pull-up shrug and then bring your chin all the way over the top of that bar. Now the idea is to let your legs help out just enough so that you can maintain a pull-up shrug and get a big full range of motion. Now once you can do it with 2 feet, then just put 1 foot on that box and do the same exact thing, but make sure you can maintain that pull-up shrug. A lot of people will put the cart before the horse at this point in time, and they won't be able to maintain that pull-up shrug. So be careful you don't do that. The other temptation is way too much legs as you're doing these box pull-ups. So you'll know when you're using too much legs. Typically, it's not a lot of arm burn, but quite a bit of leg burn. So be wary of that temptation. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention a band when learning how to do pull-ups. I don't personally love them unless you already have a really good pull-up shrug because number one, they're just awkward to get into. If you don't have the shoulder strength, that band is going to move you around. And let's be real, when you mess up, it doesn't feel all that great. So if you have a decent pull-up shrug and shoulder strength and you're just having an off day, banded pull-ups are great. But remember, our goal is to train those lats to stay engaged throughout the entire range of motion, and the band loses elasticity at the very tip top where most people need help when they're learning how to do pull-ups. Now, band advocates will say, get more bands! And that is one option, but in my experience with my clients, I get better results using the box. So give it a go, see which one works for you. Now it's time to put all the pieces together. Now, something we haven't talked about is what should the rest of your body be doing while you're pull-up, and that willy-nilly stuff is no good. Get your quads tight, get your glutes tight, get your abs tight, and then get your pull-up shrug in there. So we want to start off by doing that pull-up shrug, and then we add a little bit of arms. So we do a pull-up shrug, pull up as high as you can. It may not be very high right now, and that's okay. The idea is not to go from 0 to 60. We're gonna try to, over time, pull up a little bit higher, but you wanna start off with that pull-up shrug. And as your body gets stronger, you're gonna be able to pull up a little bit higher each time until voila, now you're doing pull-ups. And one of the many temptations at this point in time is to bite off more than you can chew, not maintain tension throughout your whole body, not do that pull-up shrug. This actually makes it harder to do the actual pull-up, and it sets you up for an injury. So don't do them that way. Now, a few more training tidbits. Pull-ups are difficult. If someone tells you otherwise, they're liar pants on fire. You're asking a relatively small joint to pull up your entire body weight. That's a tall order. Another thing, gang, is that you're gonna get frustrated in this process. Don't worry, that's normal. It takes time to build up the strength to pull your whole body weight up. So don't quit, be consistent, and challenge yourself. I put recommended sets and reps in the description box below. Be sure to check it out, like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.